First and foremost, thank you for your time. How was the flight, sorry, and how excited are you for the fight?
Coming from Perth, it wasn't too bad. It was only, I think it was like 5.5 hours, which is pretty good. And a straight shot here. I thought we had to go to Sydney first, but no, we didn't, so that was good. We're 5 hours behind in Perth, so we got here, had a nice little nap and stuff first, and we've already been up to the gym and had a train. So I think after obviously this tonight, have a good feed and a nice sleep tonight, we'll be back right as rain.
Awesome. Now I understand you did as part of your training camp for this fight in Thailand.
Yeah.
You took it to Thailand and you trained with the likes of the Super Samoan, Mark Hunt, Tyson Pedro and Bam Bam Tuivasa.
Yeah.
How good was your training camp for this fight, and how good was it to train with the elite fighters like those three?
Basically, my gym went to Thailand for 10 days, and they were ranging from kickboxers, boxers, and just average people as well. And it was just the fact that it was like a retreat sort of thing. So we were training 3 times a day, mentally challenging as well as obviously physical. For me, the heat killed me. Like, it really did kill me. I wasn't ready for it. It was very thick sort of thing. And when I hooked up with the boys, like I used to train with Tai Tuivasa when he was like 16. When he first started, so like when I was out at Penrith EFG days with Tama Tahuna and Jamie Tahuna and stuff like that. So so hook up with Tai back then. Also Tyson when he was younger as well. I've only sparred Mark once prior to that time, but it was really good to get back with the boys and really just sort of see them do what they do. A couple of the other fellas that were there as well. We all sparred together. It was really great, but again the heat absolutely killed me. Yeah.
So I know that through this, before you started your training camp, you came in a lot lighter to start off, and you're in better shape, than previous fights.
Yeah.
How good do you feel in terms of the weight that you're at now?
I think it's a process. For the Dylan White fight, I was about 119 kilos, but I wasn't in the condition that I should have been in. So yes, it's weight, but it's also the actual conditioning and training and everything else. So the last fight I was 116, so I was only 3 kilos lighter, but I was in much better condition. This time I'm not sure about the weight. I think I might be just under that 116 again. I'm not too sure. I don't really care, obviously, in terms of the weight. It's how I look, how I feel, everything else. I think I'm in the best condition I've been in a very long time, which is good, and that's thanks to Jay Gray, my trainer at Onyx. Just pushing me different levels and doing different things that I haven't been doing my entire career, which I should have been doing but just haven't. So I'm very happy with the place I'm at the moment.
Oh, awesome. So with this fight coming up on Saturday, what are the things you're looking forward to? Like, what's the game plan, and how what are the danger signs that you see in Junior Pati?
Well, not with Junior in particular, but anyone. Like, heavyweight division is the heavyweight division, so one punch can change a lot, you know what I mean? With me, obviously, I'm going to be the taller fighter, longer fighter, so I want to keep it at range, make sure he feels my power, and then sort of get out of his danger zone at the same time. So we'll see how it plays out. I think my jab is going to sort of do a lot for the fight, and it'll sort of set me up for everything else as well. So I never take anyone lightly. As I said, heavyweight division, one punch can really change everything. So I think it's going to be an interesting fight.
So with this fight, and if you are successful, what are the plans? Is it David Allen and Wembley? Would that be your first choice?
Well, definitely. This got the WPBA Asian Boxing Council's title on the line, so it's good rankings and everything else for the winner. I was supposed to be fighting Kalnacki in January, but he's fighting Gerald Washington, unfortunately. So that would have been my USA debut in January. Now that that's gone, we're still looking at someone in USA. If not, you've got Alan over in UK as well. I think it's just going to be a great fight, backwards and forwards with myself and Alan. We just come to fight, and I think the fans want to see it. But for me, it's basically getting back in there, showing the new improvement that I've been making, and put it back on the world stage.
Yeah, so a lot of the boxing fans say that this is your second tune-up fight. So, is it going to be going into deep waters after this fight? And I don't like to say it, but you're 39 now. Yep. So you're coming to the end of your your career. What moves do you want to make after this fight?
The one thing that everyone sort of forgets is that I'm trying to get away from Hatton at the moment as well, and we're just finalising things. So if I do come up with a big fight, then I've still got to pay him the 25%. So this is a fight to keep me busy as well. And then as of next year, once everything's sorted and Hatton's gone, no longer in the picture, I can then move forward with everything. So people sort of forget that aspect of what's going on as well. Yes, I'm 39, but I've been relatively inactive over the last couple of years, and I did start very late as well. So I think I've still got a lot in the tank. Another good 4 or 5 years, depending on how it all goes, obviously. But I still think there's a lot left in me to show and to put on.
So with saying that, you haven't had the flow of fights that you would have liked, despite the loss in March. How good does it feel to have 3 fights in one calendar year?
It is really good. Like when I first started, I think it was 8 and 9 fights for my first 2 years, like 8 and then 9. So to stay active like that is something that I really want to be doing, and that's one thing that was lacking with the Hatton crew and everything else. So obviously the higher you get with the fights, the lesser they get. You know, you get the better quality fights. So hopefully I can sort of sit around the 3-4 fights a year and really sort of get some good dollars out of it as well.
Oh, awesome! Now, just to touch on the heavyweight division, we've got 3 big fights coming up at the end of the year. Firstly, we've got Wilder versus Fury. What are your thoughts on that fight?
I think Wilder has the power to knock anyone out on the planet, and I think if he does get Fury, if he gets Fury clean, he's going to knock him right out. In terms of boxing, I think Fury has it all day. So if Fury can stay away from the power, Fury will outbox him over the rounds. But I still think Wilder's going to knock him out.
And then we've got Joseph Parker versus Alexander Flores. We all think, and well, New Zealanders hope that Joseph Parker does the deal. What round do you reckon that's going to go?
I'm not too sure. Like I haven't seen much of Flores. He's got a great record and everything else, but you can never sort of tell with these sort of people. I think Joseph's going to win that fight. I honestly don't know what round. Yeah. And
lastly, you've got a lot of experience with these 2 fighters, Dillian Whyte and Derek Chisora. How do you think that second fight's going to pan out?
To be honest, I think the first fight was a Chisora win, personally. So, unfortunately, it is a personal preference or personal experience. But yeah.
Oh, sorry, yeah, I definitely agree with you on that one.
Good. I think it's going to be a good tear-up. If Dillian Whyte comes in the same condition he came with me, because I think he was in the best condition of his life when he fought me, which is great. Unfortunately for me, it wasn't. But if he comes in the good condition, I think he might get it over to Chisora. But Chisora has shown, you know, especially with the Takam knockout, that he's still got the power, he's still got the drive. So it's definitely going to be interesting.
Awesome, and all the best for Saturday night, and thank you for your time again.
Thank you very much.
Awesome.